Hi, in this video we're going to find the volume of a prism by counting cubes. Now what do I mean by a prism? It's a 3D solid such that wherever you chop it, you always see the same shape. So if I was to chop it down the middle here, I would always see the same shape here, wherever I chop it. And that shape that you see is known as the cross section. So the cross section is the shape you see wherever you chop it. And you could think of it as like putting Play-Doh through a little shape. If you remember Play-Doh, it's this kind of gooey substance. And let's just say that you forced it through a shape like a star. You'd end up with this like tube where along the tube you have the star. Whenever you chop this Play-Doh, you'll see that star. And that is the cross section, the star. Now, if you want to find the volume of this, can you see that you've got this cross section here? So wherever you chop it, you see that kind of L shape. But what we could do is we could just find how many cubes there are on one layer. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cubes, and then see how many layers you have. Can you see you've got one layer here, and then you've got a second layer here behind it. So you can see you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cubes, and you've got 2 layers of 4 cubes. And 2 times 4 is 8. So there'll be 8 cubes there, right? So let's look at this question here. We've got this prism made up of centimetre cubes. Determine the volume of the prism. So the volume here will be the number of cubes that there are because they are centimetre cubes. So what's the volume? Well, let's work out the cross section first. How many cubes do we have on one layer here? Well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 cubes on each layer. So each layer is 26 cubes. And you might have been able to use a more clever way to kind of count those rather than just literally counting every one. But how many layers of cubes do we have? Well, we can see that this is one layer of cubes, but behind it, I have a second layer of cubes. So we're going to have another 26. So what we can do is to find the number of cubes in total is we do 26 times by the number of layers, and that gives you 52. Now, because each cube is 1 centimetre by 1 centimetre by 1 centimetre, the volume of each cube will be 1 centimetre cubed. It's a volume, so we're going to use centimetres cubed. So that's the answer. It is 52 centimetres cubed. So just to summarise, you find how many cubes are in one layer, and then you just times it by the number of layers you have. So there's 2 layers here, so we times it by 2.